You will hit the border with Mexico, where there is little question that Trump is fulfilling a campaign promise.
All illegal entry will immediately be halted.
In a matter of months, migrant crossings have hit record lows. Apprehensions at the southern border dropped to 6,072 in the month of June, a massive reduction from the 83,532 apprehensions recorded in June of last year. Acting Patrol Chief Jeffrey Stallnacher tells us the San Diego sector has seen a significant drop in illegal entries.
And what that has done, it's allowed us to get our agents back on the border to do their traditional work. In addition to that, we have maximized consequences. It can be an immigration consequence or a consequence because of a criminal history, something that they've done in the past.
More about this mood, this sourness, and I spoke to Sean Spicer about it before, but I'd also like to ask you, just off the cuff, where this Epstein drama is hurting Trump, whether it's, damaging him with his own base, and what the mood is around this scandal that has been kicking around in the background of American politics for years and years and years now.
Well, as far as Epstein is concerned, I agree with Trump, James. I think it's an unfortunate distraction. Epstein was a Democrat. His pals were Democrats. He's dead. His colleague, what's her name, Maxwell, is in prison. I think it's time to move on from this scandal. There was never a client list and so on. I think it's really overblown in some areas, and it's unfortunate, I think, if it damages Trump with his MAGA base, because he's got important fish to fry. I don't think this is one of them. I don't know why the mood in America is so negative, James. This is a time of peace and prosperity. A lot of good things are happening, and I think that the newspapers, the TV networks, social media, and so on are all kind of making people feel negative about what's going on, even though, in fact, what's going on in their lives is generally pretty good.
It's quite extraordinary to me, but anyway, we have to move on, because also on the radar this week has been Hunter Biden. Yes, we haven't spoken about him for ages, but he's popped his head above the parapet and revealed why he thinks Democrats lost last year's election. And he said, well, no surprise here, he said Democrats were disloyal to his father. And he said, we lost the last election because he did not remain loyal to the leader of the party. That's my position. We had the advantage of incumbency. and so on and so forth, but everybody just melted down, he said. John, I guess he would sort of have to say that, wouldn't he?
Well, James, nobody is taking advice from Hunter Biden. I guess I commend him
Yeah.
loyal to his father, but it's completely delusional. I mean, the Democrats abandoned Joe Biden because of that catastrophic debate performance, but he was already behind in the polls before that performance. The reality is that he was in no shape to conduct a campaign. He would not have been able to function. He obviously was going to lose, and the Democrats did the only thing that they could do, which is pull him out of the race and substitute the vice president, Kamala Harris. Now, of course, she was a terrible candidate too, but the fact is they didn't have any choice.
Indeed, indeed. But hey, you speak about how, John, things are going well in America. One place where it is undeniably going great is on the border front. And figures just released by Customs and Border Protection reveal that there were only 25,228 total encounters with people trying to cross illegally into the country nationwide in the last month, which is the lowest monthly total in history. Now, this was a big thing that Trump ran on, getting the border under control. Have people forgotten that this is why they voted Trump in?
Well, I sure hope not, James. The Democrats said, oh, no, we can't close the border. We need new legislation. The Republicans won't pass new laws. And of course, that was ridiculous. We just needed a president who would carry out his constitutional duty to execute the laws as written, and that's exactly what Donald Trump has done. It is a tremendous achievement, and I've got to think that the vast majority of the American people are behind him on shutting the door on illegal immigration.
John Honderaker, that's all the time we've got for you tonight here, but we'll see you soon here on the U.S. Report.